Everybody, Michelle Lim here, your favorite neighborhood comedian. Today, I want to be talking about how to use a microphone properly, and I thought it would be fitting to make sure that I use my earphones to record this so that the audio is not muffled, so that you can see that I know what I'm talking about. Before I get started, I wanted to give a really quick shout out to my new subscribers for this week. So, shout out to Go Cool Joel and Josh. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm very happy that you're here on this journey with us to talk about comedy tips and tricks, and I'm really excited to hear your questions as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. Before we get started on microphone technique, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of the new jokes that I wrote for this week, because last week we were speaking about just getting into the practice of writing and things like that. So I thought of two new jokes this week, and I wanted to share them with you. One isn't that great, but it was just something that I thought of. And as I said, we're writing for the wastebasket, all right? So my first joke came to me because I was eating at a steak restaurant in the city, and it was called House of Prime Rib. So the waiter was like talking about all the different cuts of steak that there are, like rump and like prime rib and like I don't know whatever steak things. I'm not sure. I obviously didn't pay attention. But then I was like, I have a joke for you to the guy. And he was kind of young. And I said, like, do you know who Migos is? And then he was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, you probably won't get this joke. But I said, what is Migos's favorite cut of steak? And he was like, what? And then I'm like, skirt. So that's one for you guys. And I said, you guys can use that next time because they had some really bad jokes that they were like telling. Anyway, so that was my first joke. The second joke is one that I thought of just based on like just different roles in a business, I guess. Because my old company was like having a couple of restructures. I had to merge some of the teams together. So I thought of this joke. It goes, my manager recently changed positions. He used to be the head of business development, but because we had to restructure, he had to like merge some of the teams together. And he got new business cards because he's now the head of business development, sales, and marketing. And when he started giving out his business cards, we started getting heaps of new leads and people calling him up. And he got so excited about it until he realized that when they printed his business cards, they just shortened it to head of BDSM. What do you guys think? You think that's good? Let me know if you think it's good. I feel like it's got something. So maybe just need to like reword it a little bit. Like I feel like it's kind of punchy. Okay, so next thing I wanted to talk about was how to use the microphone. Um, so obviously it's very important when you're on stage that you know how to use the microphone properly because otherwise people can't hear what you're saying. And I think I noticed uh, three main things that people do that are kind of annoying when you're using a microphone. So the first one is I see a lot of guys hold the microphone like very close to their face, which makes the sound very muffled because there's not enough, I guess, room. I don't know how technically a microphone works, but for some reason, if you hold it really close, there's just like a lot of air or something, and it just makes the sound very muffled. And I see a lot of guys who kind of hold the microphone right here, like right under their chin, which is very like hipster. I also feel like it's very unhygienic because everyone's got their microphone there and you're just like sharing this microphone around, which is kind of gross. So don't hold it too close to your face because it'll be really muffled and it's going to be very hard for people to hear. I usually like to hold my microphone a little bit out. I feel like the sound is a lot clearer that way. Also, if I'm doing a part of my joke where I'm shouting at someone, then I tend to move my microphone away and then I can just shout out towards the audience because otherwise if you're shouting right into the microphone then it's very loud in the audience's ears and it can be kind of uncomfortable for them. And then the third thing is if for some reason there's a lot of feedback when you're walking around, hopefully you can notice this. But if you're seeing like the MC or something and they're walking around and there's a lot of feedback going on where that squeaking sound is happening, then just make a note of that and either don't walk around so much when you're on stage or don't walk to the area where the squeaking is starting. Because sometimes I think that if, I don't know, maybe the microphone gets too close to the speaker or something, there's like a little bit of feedback that happens. So just make sure that you're aware of that when you're on the stage. And that is it. Did I shout out to my subscribers? I feel like I did. I'm sorry. I've got such a bad memory. I had to record this video again because I didn't do the shout out and now I've forgotten. That would be terrible if I did it twice. Anyway, right, so that's my video for this week. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that this audio method is better than having like no earphones. And yes, I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.